MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Carolina Panthers and the New York Giants. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 7 yards on the carry, make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Throwing Jones. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. Hot 70.
They'll start on the ground here with Nwangu. And some space here. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, it's Hurts. He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
7 yards there and a 1st down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. They'll check that down to Nwangu out of the backfield.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. And worth pointing out, after that last completion, that puts this young quarterback over 10,000 yards passing for his career. And fair to say, he's not done yet.
No doubt about it. He's really just getting started because he's not quite into the prime of his career. So it's likely he's going to hit a few more of these milestones as this career progresses.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart.
And the Giants are going to take possession here at their own 33.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38.
In on the tackle there, Brandon Smith.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Open target here, Darius Slayton.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Now Jones.
He's got Hooper on the out route. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. The Giants at 8-2 on the year. They coming off a loss last time out, but still in the midst of a great season. Winners of 8 of their last 10.
And it always hurts when you lose a tight game, as they did a week ago. I think each player starts thinking to himself, if I could have played better one play here, one play there, maybe it could have changed this team's fortunes. But it absolutely illustrates how important it is to play a complete game if you want to win in the NFL.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
He's got this complete to Robinson.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to...
Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Another try for Barkley. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up fourth down here.
Gano's kick is good. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing the coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as you're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Good work after the catch, going to net them 23 and a first. Throwing is Hurts. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't third down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the first down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
Okay, break.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Up the middle, Nwangu. Now they nearly sprung him that time as he takes us all the way down to the 37. 11 yards and a Panther first down. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll go right back to the Nwangu. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. And a nice play there defensively. And this is a new acquisition, Charles. You and I were talking about it pregame. Just signed as a free agent earlier this week.
Love when they pick up those guys with something to prove. Because any guy's a free agent off the street, no one else wanted him. So he wants to prove to the rest of the league, you should have signed me first.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Hurts. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And they'll work this down inside the 30. And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. Play action. Here's Hurts. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
Gonzalez out now to try the Panther field goal. From the left hash, this from 46. Gonzalez's kick is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Now a play fake here on first down. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover it before he gets going?
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. It's Barkley once again bringing in the catch. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones. Man open is Robinson. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. They'll look to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Second down and goal. Jones toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
When you're running the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Back to throw again. This is caught. It's Robinson with a Giants touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead is now 10-3. first down here to kick it away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3, and take some momentum into the locker room.
And his throw here's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Not wanting to take a chance this time. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
Buying time to his left. He's going to look deep for more. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Good, clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Here's Jackson. So we've reached halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the Giants out in front. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score.
And that's caught inside the 35.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. But sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And that might be just what they needed to get back in this game. Sometimes you need a big play to shake things up, get a little life in your sideline, get everyone believing again, and they got it there in a big way.
And you get a look at the final readout on air distance, according to Next Gen Stats.
And they'll run on first down with Hubbard. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Open man left side. It's the tight end Trimble.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Cut!
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
Gonzalez's kick is good, and that'll bring him back within 4.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
Now it's 2nd and 9.
Back to throw. Jones. And he slings one that's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun, Jones. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
On the tackle, it was Dane Belton.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
On 2nd and 9, Hurts. He's going to look deep for more. Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And from where we sit, if you had told me that ball was somehow going to get from point A to point B, I would have told you no way. I mean, that was an absolute cannon shot, and he still dropped it right on the money, too.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
54 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person is on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on his toes and punching, and there was another first down run right there.
Okay, ready?
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
They'll look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Panthers have taken the lead here this 3rd quarter.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that gives him a 3-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
The throw over the middle taken in, and they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Throwing, Jones. Steps away. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
A good action to this point in the 3rd quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10.
Off the play fake. Jones out to his left.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And quickly into the hands of Robinson.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 42. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Operating from the gun, Jones. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. Touchdown, Giants. A great effort there. 42 yards.
And the Giants have answered back with a 3rd quarter touchdown of their own to retake the lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Gonna own the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeated.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Straight ahead, here's Nwangu. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 64 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. He'll get this one to Patrick. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Hurry, hurry!
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Patrick. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. They go play action with Hurts. That caught by Tremble. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Ready? 18 rally.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Tommy Tremble, 27 yards. And the Panthers answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here. And they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that gives them a 3-point lead. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the fourth quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
Now Jones. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there at 22. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Looking to throw. Jones. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, first down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. Jones throwing on first down. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Giants have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. They get 1 more as the extra point's up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. On the give is Nwangu. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 70 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. He's back to throw. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Back to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Patrick. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Handoff here to Nwangu. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. He'll look to throw. There's Tremble, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
So they come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
Ooh, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And it's incomplete. Oh, it would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Hurts. And that's incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now, has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. A desperation heave for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the safety, Jarkweski Tart. And the Giants have just about sewn up this football game. Well, they tried to take their shot right there, but the ball hung up a little too long, and it's intercepted.
And when you describe trying to take their shot right there, usually the ball has to be thrown on a little bit more of a line. You just mentioned it. The ball hung up there. The reaction time of the defenders, they win the day and intercept it.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.